This is Bimbo News with your hosts, Allie Siegel, Melissa Stetton.
Hello. Sorry.
Going great.
I feel like it's been so long. I forgot how to do this. Okay. Hello and welcome to Webcrawler's Bimbo News. I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
This is a podcast where we'll cover everything from viral news stories to pop culture to things that we watched on TV during the week. We have a Patreon. Our true crime episodes are now only available at patreon.com/webcrawlers for $5 a month. So please join our burgeoning Patreon community. You'll also have access to our Discord, and it's a fun time. And producer Maria is a guest on all of our episodes for our Patreon. Also, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify as well, if you would like to. Melissa, who are our patrons?
We have Mark, Stephen, and Floor.
Oh, Floor, I hope you're doing well from your surgery.
Yeah. Jen, Susanna with an H, Taylor S,
Taylor Swift,
Kendall, Alana, Blitz the cat. We got a cat on here. Numbers 912 and Remington. Welcome
to the team, y'all. What if it was Taylor Swift? That would be crazy.
I believe it.
Yeah, I would believe it too. She low key subscribes under a fake name to a bunch of Patreons.
Absolutely.
And stuff, for sure. Not ours, but I bet she does.
No, not ours. The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones. This week in Weird, this was crazy. I sent this to you and
crazy.
Maria. It was January 21st, 2020 was the first reported case of COVID.
That blows my mind.
Feels like yesterday. Because, it's still going on. I think it was March 2020. The quarantine order.
March 13th.
Right.
That was the day. That was the day when Tom Hanks got COVID. And then the whole world
March 13th?
Was it March 13th? I think it was that day.
I think that's when we got the quarantine order or something.
Yes,
because
that's
I remember
when, everything went to shit when the NBA canceled their games that day. They had to send everyone home.
Because I remember March 9th is my birthday, and I remember being like, oh, I won't I'll celebrate it in a few weeks once it gets a little safer.
Once this passes over.
Once this passes, fine. I'll celebrate my birthday. And then I haven't had a birthday since because I'm just now it's safe. It's more or less to have a birthday. But it was 3 years of just no birthday. And the only good thing about COVID is that I did shave my head 2 weeks before.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went into lockdown. So no one had to see that haircut. It's the only plus to COVID is no one had to see my shaved head.
It was crazy. I went to Maria's show with my husband.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's so funny. And she's going to do more, I think. But I highly recommend it. But everyone there are people I hadn't talked to in I don't know, at least 5 years. And everyone was this is weird. People are still don't know how to talk. Even
it's
Martin,
crazy.
Who's the most extroverted person I know. He's I feel like I am now introverted. Because we went to a party, a holiday party. And he's I feel so awkward. And I was oh no, this is fun. I like talking. And I'm this is crazy that our roles have reversed. I'm oh no, I like going out and socializing.
Right. Because now it's night. Because us indoor kids are used to quarantine.
Uh-huh.
We're used to being inside. So every so often having to go out, that's where we shine.
Yeah.
But the people who are extroverted, who had to actually be inside their house for 2 years.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
I don't think we really understand the cultural significance of, a whole generation who
went
to school online and didn't socialize, things
high school kids, all, 2-3 years of high school. That's crazy.
Elementary school too. I wonder what the implications are going to be for those kids who just didn't get to socialize during the elementary school
Right.
years. It's really
it's weird.
and but listen, I'm not a scientist. I think it was a good idea to quarantine. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I think we don't know, and it was new. We don't know about COVID. We didn't know about COVID. We were all doing the best that we could under the circumstances. But what a crazy fucking time.
Yeah, that was nuts. And then I didn't get COVID until 2024.
Yeah, you really lasted a while. I got in 2022 in Vegas. I went to a David Copperfield show, and then I think I 100% got COVID at the David Copperfield show.
The magic.
Yeah, and I swear I think I got it from David Copperfield because he was wearing a mask during the show. And I thought that was weird. I said, why is he wearing a mask during the show? I think that's confusing. Because it wasn't like still the mask mandate. And I thought it was weird for a performer to be masking. And I said to Adam, my boyfriend, I was like, I think David Copperfield has COVID right now. And I think he's performing with COVID, and that's why he's masking. And there is a part of the show where he like pops up right in front of where I was sitting. And I swear, I think I got COVID from David. Yeah, it just breathes onto me. He coughs. That's the trick. Yeah. And I swear, I'm like, I think I got COVID from David Copperfield. Allegedly. I think. I'm not claiming that I did, but I think I did. But wow, what a time. My brain, I swear, does not work the same since I had COVID at all.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll find out in like 20 years what really happens to people who had COVID. It's going to be weird.
Or had the COVID shot. I mean, I'm not making any allegations against anything. All I know is that I am not as quick as I used to be. I just know that to be true. Something ain't working right in my brain.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right in my brain anymore. Well, speaking about people who ain't right in the health sector, or maybe people who are desperate to do it right. Let's talk about Brian Johnson.
This guy is fascinating to me. He's the guy who's trying to live forever. He spends like $2 million a year trying to live forever. There is a documentary out on Netflix, a new one that I did watch. And I find it interesting. It's just, he's such a weird guy. It's called Don't Die, The Man Who Wants to Live Forever. But I just saw this.
Did you see what he posted on Twitter like the other day or something?
Is it his son's nocturnal erections data? Yeah, this is what. So he got plasma from his son. Like he was doing that, and then it turns out that it wasn't beneficial. Yeah. But now he's like comparing posted data of his son's nocturnal erections compared to his. Ugh. Everyone's like, that's gross. What are you doing? I mean, I'm assuming his son consented to that,
right? I hope
his son's in the documentary, and he's like sort of into the wellness stuff too. I don't know. This also, guy.
News to me. I didn't really know that. I mean, I knew that guys can get morning boners. I didn't know guys just get like random night boners.
I didn't realize that too. And this data is like 182 minutes.
He had 182 minutes of night boners?
I guess.
That's 60, 120. That's like more than 2 hours of night boners?
I guess. That's what, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Night boners.
That seems like a medical problem. Should you be having that many night boners?
I don't know. I think that's a thing. I don't know. I guess that's a measure of good circulation, maybe. I think so.
Oh, well, good
but
for him,
he's posting that now. This guy's so weird. He lives in LA too.
Oh.
Which is weird because I would think that like if you're trying to be like super healthy, you'd want to live like in the mountains where there's no pollution.
Yeah.
Like
I would be like in Vermont or something.
Yeah. But anyway.
Well, his lungs are already all fucked from COVID.
Brian Johnson's?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know he got COVID and he lost he lost I can't remember if it was 30% or 70%, but he lost a huge percent of his lung capacity.
Oh,
despite all of this stuff that he's doing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Comes for us all. You can't hide.
It comes for us all.
What else? What is this?
Oh,
monkey?
so I saw this. Yeah, I love unlikely animal friends.
Me too.
And I love
it.
my Instagram algorithm is just honestly so much animal shit. Lot of monkey stuff. And I saw this article today. It was like these Japanese monkeys keep trying to mate with deer. And the picture was just a monkey trying to mount a deer. And I was like, gotta learn more about this. And it's wild monkeys. It's not monkeys in a zoo or anything. Right. Otherwise, I'd be like, put a stop to this.
Put a stop to this.
Put a stop to this, guys. So apparently, I guess it's due to a combination of different factors, including mate deprivation, where monkeys, particularly young ones, might be seeking sexual practice with a less threatening partner. And so they're trying to practice with deer because I guess maybe they view the deer as more docile than trying to mate with another larger like monkey, and they don't have to fight off another monkey for the deer. So they're trying to practice sex with deer instead of
so they're
monkeys.
Just practicing it,
I guess.
And the deer don't run away because deer are pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I think they must run. And then it also says that at time, researchers believe that males' low-ranking status might be driving the unusual behavior, perhaps serving as an outlet for having no breeding opportunities within their own species. So these are like low-ranking males who no females will mate with them.
Monkeys.
Yeah, they're incel monkeys. Honestly, the incel monkeys are now just moving cross species because no monkeys in their own species will date them.
That's so weird.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, what are the deer? What are the deer doing? It doesn't say what the deer are doing.
Yeah, right. Because deer are like famously fast. You look at them and they just run away. They're scared of everything. Wow.
Yeah, why would
he mounted the deer, he tried to ward off other males, which would be normal mate guarding behavior if he were guarding other macaques.
Oh my God. And it's also saying female monkeys are mounting deer and grinding their genitals against the deer's backs.
Okay, that's like sexual
They're
assault.
Like masturbating they're masturbating on the deers.
Do the deer have lawyers? This is not okay behavior.
Some of the deer shook the monkey off and fled the situation, but adult male deer in particular were likely to just stand calmly as the female monkeys thrusted.
Were they like, okay, just do whatever you gotta do?
Yeah,
or were they like, this is kind of nice, like a back
massage. Get your rocks off. Yeah.
Well, as long as they're not hurting the deer.
What is happening?
Do whatever you want.
5 of the female monkeys had successful heterospecific consortships with deer. That is, they had a temporary but exclusive sexual association with an individual from another species with 3 or more mounts within a 10-minute period.
On the same deer.
I guess.
Maybe they're just dating.
Yeah, I think you're dating deer.
Okay.
They're having situationships with deers.
Situationships.
So I think this is interesting. I guess it's not. I mean, sometimes if it's a male deer who tries to have sex with a female deer, the female deer runs away. But there's female monkeys who are in situationships with male deers, and they're consensual and brief, and I guess they're just having flings.
It's always evolving. Relationships are always evolving.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the animal kingdom as well, not just as humans.
Interesting.
Polyamory comes for us all.
It does. Eventually, polyamory comes for us all. Well, in other weird news, let's talk about Progresso.
Progresso Soup, they put out these like little candies that look like Werther's Originals, and they're
I saw a video of people tasting them.
Oh, you saw videos?
Yeah.
What did they taste like? Soup, I guess.
Yeah, everyone was like, the video had different people at a company tasting them, and
Ew.
they were like, the taste evolves as you're sucking on it, and it tastes. Someone said it tastes fishy, and then like carrots and vegetables, and most of the people spit it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is I don't know what the point of that is. Is it like
Someone
cough
said,
drops or like?
Yeah, they said like it's good. I guess Progresso is saying it's good for cold or flu season or something, but I don't understand really the benefit of that.
They sold out.
That's insane.
A new batch is dropping Thursday, January 30th.
Not interested.
It's made primarily of isomalt, a sugar substitute commonly used for hard candy, and salt with cornstarch, MSG, powdered cooked chicken, natural and artificial flavor, chicken fat, palm oil, potassium chloride, spices and coloring, citric acid, a bunch of other stuff.
It's like a candy bouillon cube.
Candy bouillon cube.
That's disgusting.
No thank you, is what I'll say to that.
No. Someone said like maybe if you were in the hospital and you couldn't eat and you wanted the taste of something in your mouth maybe, but otherwise they couldn't imagine.
You just put soup in your mouth.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what the point of it is.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, I saw this article about rats breaking into an evidence room in Houston and eating the drugs.
Oh no, what drugs was it? Viagra? Did they get to deers?
Well, there's 400,000 pounds of marijuana in storage in this like evidence room.
Whoa.
And the rats have been like nibbling.
Oh my God.
But they like keep coming back, obviously.
Yeah, good for them.
And they got into the packaging. Oh, and they got into the mushrooms as well.
Oh no.
Yeah.
These rats are having a good time.
You know what? They're having a blast. So
rats are smart.
Yeah. Rats are smart.
Speaking of animals, there's a drug coming out that could extend a dog's life. It comes out next year, which I'm like, do we need that though?
Right.
I don't really know the ethics around that. The drug, it's called LOY001. Hopefully they find it more a catchy name. It slows down the aging process in dogs that weigh 40 pounds or more. And then I was reading more about it, and it gives dogs a minimum of 1 extra year of healthy life.
But what? It's like, it's a growth hormone. It targets insulin-like growth factor, a hormone that accelerates aging. But it improves the quality of life, right? It's not just like,
I guess. I mean, it's
alive another.
They're like miserable. But also, I think it's funny. It's like 1 extra year. I thought it was going to be like 10 extra years or something, but 1 extra year. I don't know if we should be fucking with.
I mean, if it's, I don't know. If it's a quality of life thing, sure.
I would love if it would make my dog healthier. But then of course I would want to give it to them.
Bigger dogs, they have lower lifespans.
Shorter lifespans, yeah.
Shorter lifespans than tiny dogs. Okay. Improves dogs' metabolic health to delay age-related diseases. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess that's good. I thought it was like just to make them live longer.
Like a zombie dog for 10 years. The dog's just like blind. It's like,
it's still kicking.
I can't walk. I don't have
I was like, that seems cruel. But if it actually is making them healthier.
Okay.
Yeah. She said this vet says, notably, manipulating the way that animals age brings up a host of ethical conundrums.
Sure.
If it proves true that it extends life plan, I'm only interested in that if the period of life that it extends is good quality life.
Right.
Says Kate Creevy, a veterinarian. I don't want to make my dog live an extra 2 years in poor health. So ethical question to the crowd.
Mhm.
What do you think of this drug? Would you give it to your dog? Would you want to assure that it extends actually their health?
Yeah.
Seems like it's kind of like Ozempic for dogs, not necessarily like in terms of weight, but
Yeah.
it's kind of changing the metabolic DNA plan of the dog to maybe assure a better quality of life. I don't know. Doesn't work for little chihuahuas anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Chihuahuas live like 20 years anyway.
I know, Jesus Christ, me and Asher are going to be thick as thieves forever. And speaking of quality of life, I saw this study
I saw this too.
Yeah, and I really don't. So, anyways, the study says listening to music for an hour every day can reduce chronic pain up to 21% and depression up to 25%, which was startling to me because
Yeah.
as I'm going to school for social work, we're learning a little bit about like different therapy modalities, and we haven't gotten there yet, but music therapy is one of them. And I've never really been a music person. I know you listen to a lot of music and you like music. Do you listen to music around the house and stuff?
Oh, yes, I do.
Really? And
not as much as like in my 20s. Like I was just very into like go to Coachella, go to music festivals.
Yeah.
Now it's like, the Chapel Roan, Boy Genius. If a new great album comes out, I'll listen to it a bunch.
Yeah. See, and apparently there's a direct correlation between listening to music and reduction of chronic pain and depression.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do with serotonin and dopamine production. So I don't think it matters what music you listen to.
Like it takes your mind off of, like if you have chronic pain, it helps take your mind off of it, maybe? Or you can focus on other stuff?
Yeah, and I also think that music activates pleasure centers in the brain, which in turn like release chemicals that kind of disable the more painful things that are happening. I don't know. It's interesting.
I believe it.
We should make some sort of like web crawlers playlist.
It's just like Rammstein.
Yeah. It's screamo and death metal. But if you're listening, if you have any knowledge of like music therapy, or if you have a music playlist that you want to share, or if you know anything about this, let us know, because
that's interesting.
Really,
that's like a huge percentage.
Yeah, and it also gives a case maybe to like sound baths and things.
Oh, sure.
I've gone to a sound bath before and I did like it. It was relaxing, but I'm just, I don't know, curious about it. Unrelated. This is more on the crazy side of things. I love I Googled it, and the first article I find is fact check. Scientists at CERN are not opening a portal to hell. But anyways, I read that scientists claim a Swiss scientist claims there's a portal underneath CERN where beings come in and out.
Beings. Okay.
Yes, CERN researchers can confirm existence of the force. CERN has a portal to 17 dimensions.
Oh, there's a TikTok video of a woman on July 5th last year who claims that scientists are using the machine to open a doorway for demons.
First of all, not to be stupid, what is CERN?
Well, I would say some sort of, the
European Organization for Nuclear Research.
Okay. So
it's in Switzerland.
Research, there's a portal that lets demons in.
Yeah. Although USA Today says no. Okay. In April, scientists at CERN restarted their particle accelerator, the world's largest and most powerful accelerator, after a 3-year hiatus. It's called the Large Hadron Collider.
Oh, yeah.
Social media users are suggesting that the machine has a different purpose. Facebook, just demons from hell. A Facebook post shared July 5th shows a TikTok video of a woman who claims that CERN scientists are using the machine to open a doorway for demons.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't know about CERN, it's a demonic evil machine that opens up portals to other dimensions, hell, other spiritual worlds, not heaven or bosom of Abraham. And it brings in demons / wicked spirits / high evil principalities. That's what the caption on the post says.
I believe it. You don't know what goes on under those particle.
Yeah. We don't know.
We don't know.
They say that there's no truth to this claim.
Damn.
Listen, if there was no truth, why is CERN responding to some random TikTok?
What's up,
is
demons?
My question. Yeah. I think that you are opening the bosom of Abraham.
That's what a CERN portal would say.
Yeah, that's exactly what a demon from the CERN portal would say.
We are not opening up a demonic portal.
Yeah.
USA Today. Why would you think that?
Yeah, to create a black hole or wormhole, even microscopic ones, with our current technology in the context of our standard theories or gravity, we need an accelerator as big as the whole universe. So there is no chance whatsoever to create such a portal at the Large Hadron Collider. I don't know about that.
It's too small. So they're saying it's too small.
Yeah, they're saying it's too small. I don't believe them. All right. Well, thank you, all the demons from CERN, for liking and subscribing to Webcrawler's Bimbo News. Call in if you're welcome here. Call in and let us know if you have anything to say about the portal over in Switzerland.
Well, I saw this article about the Breaking Bad house. You know how people you watched Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, I did. Only recently though. I watched it like 2 years ago or something. Yeah.
There was that episode where who was it? Someone threw a pizza on the roof of the house. And it's like a funny, famous scene. So the real house in Albuquerque, for years, people have been like going there and like throwing a pizza on the roof to take a photo as like a dumb.
Oh, no.
And people live in that house. There's a family that lives there.
Oh no.
And they finally are selling the house because they can't handle all of the people coming there.
Oh my
daily.
God, I bet. And like taking photos probably too. And like, oh God.
But they're selling it for it was like $4 million. Almost 10 times the median sale price in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is not a $4 million house. That's like a $400,000 house for Albuquerque.
Yeah, and the family's owned it since the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some weirdo will buy it probably for that much.
Yeah, they're like, maybe somebody will buy it and turn it into like a museum or something because they're like, we can't deal with this anymore. That would be
some
so
mega fan.
Annoying. They built a fence around it apparently.
Oh God.
They have like signs up.
I would hate to live in a house where like something was filmed or it's a famous house or a famous street and just have people out there all the time. It would be the worst thing ever.
I can't handle that.
Even when we were looking at Christmas lights or Halloween decorations on streets that are like heavily decorated.
Yeah.
I would hate to live on a street that does that and be the one house where I'm like, I don't fucking want to decorate my house. Like, that's not my vibe, or just have swarms of people during certain holidays. It's my nightmare.
That was when we were looking to buy a house a few years ago. We were looking up, like, there's a trail that goes up, like, towards the Hollywood sign, like up in that sort of area. And we went to look at the house and it was just people parking where you're not supposed to park and walking. And there were like people fighting and like honking horns. Oh. And I'm like, I can't live here. This would drive me crazy.
Totally. Yeah.
There's no way. And that house, I think, is like still for sale after like 4 years.
I'm sure it's little things like that.
Like nobody wants to live there.
Yeah. People blocking your driveway all the time and stuff. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Well, let's go to True Crime Corner. Oh no. What happened here?
So you saw the woman who got scammed by Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Well, the Brad Pitt lookalike AI photos thing. This woman lost like $800,000.
Oh God.
I don't know. Like this. But then there is a woman who's scammed by a fake Keanu Reeves.
No.
Yeah, Catherine Goodson, a 67-year-old woman, now living in her car in Vista. Where's Vista? Is that? California.
I think it's California.
She's the latest victim of a celebrity romance scam, and she shared her story with NBC, saying how she sent thousands of dollars to scammers pretending to be actor Keanu Reeves. It's so sad.
Oh no. Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves is so philanthropic. I bet if he hears about this, he will like fund this lady's life. But that is so, guys.
It began in 2022. She connected online with someone pretending to be Keanu Reeves. The scammer asked her to send a $500 gift card to prove she wasn't only interested in his fame or money. And she sent the gift card and then grew suspicious and asked to hear his voice. When she did, she realized it wasn't Reeves and blocked him. And then she posted a warning on social media about the scam. And then she received a message from someone claiming to be the real Keanu Reeves, apologizing for what had happened.
Oh, no.
They began messaging, and Catherine said they fell in love. He wanted to marry me. Over 2 years, she sent thousands of dollars through Bitcoin, gift cards, wire transfers, and she admitted loneliness played a major role in her decisions. That's so sad. That's so sad.
Guys, celebrities are never going to ask you for like an Applebee's gift card.
No.
There is a loneliness epidemic that we need to address, and a celebrity obsession that needs to be addressed. This is so sad.
Yeah.
God.
She said Catherine realized it was a scam when the messages turned nasty after she ran out of money.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But yeah,
this poor woman.
It's unknown if this is connected to the other incident of a French woman being scammed by a Brad Pitt impersonator. She was scammed out of $830,000.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And also the guy, whoever was scamming, like must be so rich because I'm sure he's doing this to multiple people.
I know. Like, what is it? Something like how much money is lost to scamming? 1.1 billion was lost to romance scams in the U.S. in 2023. Just in 1 year.
Claim that on your taxes. Like, I made this much money pretending to be Brad Pitt. Like, gifts? Like, I don't even know. How old was this woman who was scammed by Keanu Reeves? 67. Yeah. Oh,
it's boomers who learn
computer literacy.
Yeah, who learned how to use computers like a little too late, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
didn't grow up with computers.
Oh, girl, I'm sorry. Yeah, Keanu, sad. Get at her, please. Keanu.
But Brad Pitt I don't think he reached out. What did he do?
I think he did something. I read I didn't click on it, but I thought I saw something.
He responds to the scammer. He said, this article is behind a paywall, so we'll never know. But he responded.
We'll never know. Brad did something, but we'll never know, unfortunately.
No.
You don't fuck with paywalls.
No.
Well, similar to Brad Pitt, a while ago at a furry convention.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
What, you got paywall?
Yeah, I just got paywalled.
No.
I just got freaking paywalled. Hold on a second.
See. Furries.
I'll figure out.
Furries, FBI. There's got to be a free one around here.
Okay, so in 2014, a chlorine gas attack occurred at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, during the Midwest Fur Fest convention. The attack hospitalized 19 people, but the convention continued, and the police investigated the incident as a crime, but no suspect or charges were identified. On December 7th, 2014, guests at the Hyatt Regency Hotel reported feeling nauseous and dizzy. The hotel was evacuated and guests were taken to area hospitals. Hazmat technicians found a broken glass bottle containing chlorine powder in the hotel's 9th floor stairwell. The police interviewed hotel guests and employees, as well as employees at local stores that sell chlorine. The Midwest Fur Fest is an annual convention that celebrates art, literature, and performances based on
Sure.
furries,
Love it.
which are like anthropomorphic animals. You guys know what
We all
furries
know
are.
what
It's like,
furries
when
are.
people dress those. Yeah, who doesn't? This is the largest furry convention in the world.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Wikipedia article about it. Is that a
Yeah.
2014 Midwest Fur Fest gas attack?
Yeah. It was a big deal.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, there might be an update to the attack
Oh, okay.
that we'll never know about
As
because it's behind a paywall.
Oh, they were still interviewing suspects in 2019. As of 2022, nobody has been charged in the case, but there was an update, and we'll never know.
And we'll never know.
Oh, in 2024, there was an investigative podcast series, interviewed two of the FBI's prime suspects. Robert
What's the name of the podcast?
Sojkowski, aka Magnus Duridian, a well-known controversial figure within the fandom. He was a suspect. It's called Fur and Loathing.
That's good. That's really fucking
Fur and
good.
Loathing was featured in Time's Best Podcast of 2024. Oh,
I bet it
gotta
was.
Listen to that.
Okay, so guys, if you want to know more about this, then
Listen
I
to
suggest
Fur
you
and
go over
Loathing.
to the Fur and Loathing podcast that actually does its work.
But it's unsolved, though. But they think they might have...
Well, I don't know what there's this dumbass Chicago Tribune article from 2025. From January 14th, 2025.
and I can read some of it, and then that screen
I
comes
know.
over.
And then the screen comes up, and I'm not paying
No, I don't need
Chicago
to-
Tribune just to access one article about the furry chlorine attack. Like a freak.
I think it says the FBI is still seeking tips. Okay.
So it's still unsolved.
Okay. We better get on
Well, guys, listen to Fur and Loathing. It sounds good. If anything you've learned, it's that we don't access paywalls, but we will give you resources to find the information.
I pay for the LA Times, you know?
I don't pay for shit.
Damn.
Sorry, guys.
Wow. Okay, this story...
True. Now that I'm at USC, I can access a bunch of articles through them.
Oh, right.
But you know what I'm not going to do? Look up furry chlorine attack.
It's going to be like on your record of like...
Yeah.
How does this relate
Why
to social
is she at the USC
work,
library?
Allison?
Yeah.
We found some concerning history on your Safari.
Oh, I got the USC library. Furry chlorine attack.
Okay, so this Instagram marriage green card scam thing. So this woman, this Australian woman, took part in this wedding ceremony that she thought was a social media prank. This woman in her 20s met a man in his 30s on a dating platform in September 2023. They met in person the following day and started dating. And the woman told the court that they were planning a trip to Sydney. And she said the man proposed to her in late December and she accepted. 2 days later, they got married in a ceremony in Sydney. But the woman believed the wedding was all an act. She said the groom had told her to attend a venue wearing a white dress because there would be a white party. And since the trip had been pre-planned, they had previously attended a white party in Queensland. She never suspected anything like fishy.
Oh, no.
So she arrived at the venue. She didn't see anybody else in white. And she asked the man what was happening. She said he pulled me aside and told me that he's organizing a prank wedding for his social media, for Instagram, because he wants to boost his content and start monetizing his Instagram page. And she said this guy she was dating was like a social media influencer, and he had 17,000 Instagram followers. And the woman was like, okay, this is like a fun prank or whatever. And she didn't realize that it was like an actual wedding.
Did he realize? Like
He knew.
He meant to actually.
He knew.
Jesus.
So none of the bride's family or friends were in attendance. The only people present were a photographer and a friend of the photographer. The woman told the court she was furious when she found out February 2024 that the marriage was real and it happened because the man was seeking asylum.
Shut up. Oh my God.
And then
she can get that shit annulled, I'm sure. It was under duress and under false pretenses.
Yeah. So she said
That's crazy.
Had a streamlined process of applying for a permanent residency as a health professional. When she was about to apply, he asked her to put him as a dependent, something she believed was not possible because she thought they were not married. And then the man disputed in court that the marriage was not a regular one, and they said they had lived together before being engaged, and the woman denied this. The man's like, no, we made plans for a wedding. And she's like, what are you talking about? No. Like a surprise wedding. It was like a surprise wedding. And she went along with it. That's so funny.
Some fucking crazy ass shit. Honestly, like,
that's a pretty good.
If a girl did that,
scam.
I know. I was gonna say
that's a pretty good scam. Like, date someone for a few months, be like, surprise wedding, like have pictures taken so you can show the court, like, look, we're married.
That's scary.
Crazy.
That's scary shit. Yeah, that is yikes.
Pretty crazy.
Wow, ladies, take note. If you want to marry your man, just tell him you're going to tell him he has to go wear a tux for a fake party and then just marry his ass. Okay, in terms of entertainment news, new documentary about Pee Wee Herman coming out.
Posthumous.
Posthumous.
And
I can't
the headlines about this are like, Pee Wee Herman comes out as gay in new documentary. And you're like, yeah.
Okay, I'm literally the only one who didn't know that he was gay.
Oh.
Because I've sent that to so many people and they're like, yeah. And I truly did not know that he was gay.
I mean, he never came out his whole life.
No.
And he was married to a woman, I believe.
He was married?
At some point, I thought.
I mean, he was arrested for jerking off.
Yeah.
But it was just at a porn theater. And because I was Googling it after everyone's response was like, yeah, he's gay. I said, how does everyone know this but me? I think I always thought of Pee Wee as genderless and like sexless.
Yeah, that is kind of his vibe.
I don't know what it was. Like, I think something about Pee Wee's Playhouse, I just always saw him as, I don't know, just some sort of like mystical creature that like surpassed sex and gender or something. So it's interesting to think about Paul Rubens, the human, versus Pee Wee, the character.
Yeah.
I think that's where I got surprised. Like, I was like, oh, he's actually a person. Because I always just think of him as Pee Wee.
I know.
And not the actor. I'm so stuck as Pee Wee Herman, this like mythical creature kind of thing.
He dated actress Debbie Mazar in 1993. According to Mazar, the relationship was never consummated. That's what she said. And it says on Wikipedia. But yeah, I guess that's his only public relationship.
Interesting. Huh. Wow. Sorry, I felt he couldn't come out publicly during his lifetime.
I saw his you went to the live show.
I did. It was amazing. It was incredible.
It was so good.
I also saw him once at the Magic Castle.
Oh.
But not like performing. I just saw him as a spectator. Yeah, just hanging out. So that was cool.
Yeah.
This title of this article threw me. I am a Queer Eye head. Like, I love Queer Eye. And this newest season is very, very good if you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it.
Bobby, who did interiors, he left, but he's been replaced with God, who replaced? He's very good though.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Brent. Jeremiah Brent. Yeah. Who's married to
Nate Berkus.
Yeah, Nate Berkus, who's also like an interior design guy.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that guy.
Anyways, Jeremiah is really, really good. His interior design stuff is impressive, and his personality is also very funny and sweet, and he's also very handsome.
Why did Bobby leave? To do like his own thing?
I think to do his own thing. I know he has I think he has some side projects. He might have a collaboration with Target. I also think that there was some issues amongst the cast.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about some sort of drama, maybe.
I think people might have had some issues with JVN, with Jonathan Van Ness. I'm not sure. But regardless, this article, Jonathan Van Ness almost got gout by eating so many crab legs during Queer Eye season 9 in Vegas.
What? You can get gout from crab legs?
I don't know, but I just love the idea of just like hitting up so many Vegas buffets and only eating like the crab legs that you almost get gout.
Said I had to talk to my doctor about it because I became really obsessed with Alaskan king crab legs and snow crab legs. He had surgery for an undisclosed medical issue in 2023. Gout is a common and complex form of arthritis, which can be acquired if someone consumes too much
iodine,
purine-rich foods or drinks like seafood that increase uric acid levels.
Interesting. That's crazy.
I was ordering crab legs like Bethany Frankel to salons and eating buttered crab legs out of plastic bags outside of salons in Vegas heat at noon.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
Damn.
Anyways, if you haven't seen this most recent season, it's really good. Of course, impossible to miss this Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively stuff. Justin Baldoni issued a countersuit to Blake Lively's lawsuit. And in my opinion, his countersuit is pretty damning.
He's got some points.
Yeah, the man makes some points with some hard evidence, and
the lawsuit is
video, text,
180 pages or something. I watched some TikTok lady like went through all of the important things, and the stuff that really that he has a case for is they posted all of the screenshots of text from the PR company in the New York Times. A lot of those were taken out of context, and like things were deleted in text,
taken out of context,
that make it seem
edited.
Way worse than it was. Like a lot of sarcasm in those texts, responding to other texts that they didn't show. Like he has a case for that, like defamation of character for sure.
Yeah, and then there's also like it was her talking about, you know, a scene where he got out of character and was acting as Justin and like quote unquote like hitting on her, and then they released the full footage of that scene, and it's like not at all as she had explained in her lawsuit.
Yeah, you're watching it and you're like waiting for something to happen, and like there's a point where he like kind of puts his mouth like close to her neck, and like I can see if she was like uncomfortable, but I don't know what. It just
they're
isn't.
In a movie where they're playing lovers.
That's the
and
thing.
The scene is for them to be romantically dancing.
There's like sex scenes in the movie.
I'm just confused.
So I'm it's weird. It's confusing. And I don't know. Although you did say, you sent us Justin did his proposal,
which is sociopathic. After all this, I was leaning towards Justin.
After saying that proposal, he turned it into like a short movie, like released it as a short movie.
Yes, a short film. It's crazy. And so he did a short film for a proposal film for his wife.
Yeah.
And it involves like a whole it involves like dialogue, and there's a whole
dance
like script
scene.
To it. Yeah, there's a flash mob, but the flash mob isn't for his wife. Like his wife is waiting at a restaurant watching on a TV like Justin do a flash mob somewhere else. It's the whole thing is very
but he
bizarre
goes to
and weird.
The cemetery or her.
I missed this part. I didn't see this.
See it either.
I couldn't watch the whole thing. I was like, this is so not for me.
But it's just so like, oh, such like a 10 years ago proposal video where I'm like, I'm out on him.
It's very embarrassing. I think that they're both very like Blake and Justin seem to be both very strong-willed.
Yes, both very controlling
people.
I mean, the text messages
heads
that Blake sent to Justin are like, it's a lot. You're like, oh God, she is a lot. Like paragraphs and paragraphs, and you're like, oh my God, like I could not imagine having to deal with this.
No, not at all. The one about the Khaleesi thing is deranged.
Oh my God, she's like, I'm Khaleesi and I have my dragons. And she was referring to her husband, Ryan, and her best friend, Taylor Swift.
Imagine writing that to someone. It's so embarrassing.
I know.
The amount of ego floating around this whole
it's really crazy.
Lawsuit is weird. In the past, I read that she had filed a lawsuit, a sexual harassment lawsuit against a makeup artist because the makeup artist put lipstick on her using her finger. And it's like, that's something makeup artists do though. Like apply makeup with their hands sometimes. Like, I don't know. There's something about her that irks me a little bit. That's a little off. And I understand that that being unlikable,
sure, you can't
dislikable does not
be a perfect victim. Sure.
Yeah. That whole narrative is not good. However, her credibility and the accuracy of her statements is where I find issues.
Questionable.
The reliability of her perception of events. Based on actual evidence is what I find is where I'm finding some questions, at least for me. So again,
the whole mess. They're both
we weren't
both
there.
Weird, both
we'll never really know what happened.
We'll never know.
That's the problem with the issue with the truth is there's
who
her
knows?
side, his side, and then there's something in the middle that's where the truth actually lies. So
I wonder if
know.
she'll settle. I wonder if it's going to be settled, the lawsuit.
I don't fucking know. It seems like a whole fucking.
Is it going to go to
point.
trial? Can you imagine if it went to trial?
Oh God, this is just drop it. If I was them, I would just drop it and be like,
so
let's
crazy.
just never work together again and call it a fucking day.
Never work together. Who cares?
Yeah. And I watched the movie and like both of them, they're flops in it. I feel so bad for the girl who plays like young Blake in it. Then there's another character who's in it. It's like everyone who wasn't the lead was very good. And like their storylines were very good.
Yeah.
And it was Blake and Justin whose storyline and acting was like preposterous.
Oh no.
I feel bad for everyone else in the movie because it's been so just like overshadowed by this whole thing. But in more celeb news, I saw this insane article this morning. It came out today, I guess. So maybe that's why it popped up on my phone. But it was about celebrity IQs, celebrities who are certified secret geniuses. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But then the first one, it said, 1, Lady Gaga. And then it says, has a widely estimated IQ of 166. And I was like, are you just estimating these celebrities' IQs?
You can't
and
estimate.
That's insane. You can't have an article on celebrity IQs and then just be estimating their IQs and then also estimate it as 166 genius level.
Make it 165. Why is it 166?
Well, also, Albert Einstein had an IQ of 160. So you're estimating that Lady Gaga has an IQ of 166. Out of nowhere, Us Magazine.
It said at middle school, the singer even joined a prestigious summer program for talented youth, which only admitted kids in the top 1% academically. I was in an advanced class of like 5 kids.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm what's my estimated IQ?
Yeah, I went to one of the hardest private schools in the U.S. and I am an idiot. I am actually an idiot. Yeah. I am going to start saying I have an estimated IQ of 166.
I'm going to go with 159 just to make it more realistic.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go 147. My estimated IQ is 147.
Who else?
So Shakira. She said on Jimmy Kimmel that her IQ is 140 and she's been invited to join Mensa.
Okay, I believe it. She seems smart.
She's fluent in 6 languages.
Okay.
I believe it. These ones are seems more accurate. Natalie Portman went to Harvard, we know. Yeah. IQ around 140.
Okay.
She can speak 5 languages, has published scientific papers.
Sure. Yeah, I bet she's smart.
Quentin Tarantino has his IQ on his IMDb is listed as 160.
Okay. I mean, he's very good at making movies.
True.
Sure.
But Lisa Kudrow told Harper's Bazaar she has an IQ of 154.
Oh.
After graduating from Vassar College, she had planned a career in science before she broke into acting.
I believe it.
Matt Damon, IQ 160.
160? I don't believe that one.
Yeah.
I don't believe that one.
By the way, there's no sources cited for any of this. Some of them, it's all like on his IMDb or stated on Jimmy Kimmel. Kesha says she has an IQ of 140 and received a 1500 SAT score.
I believe it. She seems smart.
Yeah, she does. She seems smart.
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford says she has an IQ of 154. Actually, this is kind of crazy. She was her high school valedictorian and was given a scholarship to study chemical engineering and mathematics at Northwestern.
Okay.
That's kind of insane.
That's good evidence.
Yeah, that is that. I don't know if it's 154 or not, but getting a scholarship to study chemical engineering and mathematics at Northwestern is pretty
smart.
Good. Yeah, you're smart.
Michael Jordan. Yeah, I believe it. He's such a weird. Did you watch the documentary about him?
No. Is he a smarty pants?
He's a strange guy. He's a very strange guy. But yeah, he does seem very smart. Like understanding
a lot of hyperfixations.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And understanding.
Interesting.
That's why he's so good at basketball. He understands all these complex patterns and stuff. It's weird. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys know any other, I've tried. There's been so many times where I've tried to take an online IQ test, and at the end, it's you have to pay $5 for this, and then I'm just no, paywall or I'll never know.
No.
So just take it from us. We're 147. Melissa's 150.
159.
159.
Yeah. I have it written down.
Yeah, it's on my IMDb. TV, Melissa.
Oh, Severance is back.
Did
you watch the first season?
I did watch the first. I watched the first season when it came out, and then I recently rewatched it in preparation for season 2.
That's a good idea because I watched a recap of the first season, and then we did watch the first 2 episodes of the new season that are out. It's good. I'm in.
Yeah, it's good. I'm in too. I'm geared up.
I can't wait.
The second episode of the new season made me more excited than the first episode did.
Yes. The first episode was kind of okay, we're back. Nothing too crazy happened, but the second, I like the Audis when the Audis come in and
the first episode made me think okay, what is the second season going to be about?
What is it going to do?
And then the second episode made me say, okay, I understand we're figuring out what Lumen is and what Lumen does and what's actually going on here. So that's good. And Timothy Chalamet on SNL last night was actually not horrible in my opinion. Thoughts?
Yeah. There were some funny the med.
That was funny.
Funny.
There's a sketch about how it will help to make guys go to the doctor if the doctor looked like a podcast network. And if you pretended you were doing a podcast at the doctor's office,
on a podcast, sit down. So, how many drinks do you have a week?
Yeah,
it's whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So those are 2 things on TV. Also, I'm watching The Night Agent on Netflix, which
that's good.
I don't know if it's good, but it's watchable.
Okay.
I don't it's one of those shows where I can watch a whole season and not really know what's going on or what's happening, but also it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It's just kind of it's like action Emily in Paris.
Okay.
I'm I don't need to
Emily
know
Paris
what's happening.
For boys?
Emily in Paris for boys. Yes,
Okay.
is the night agent.
Okay.
What about movies?
I watched a movie from 1984 that I have never seen called Paris, Texas.
I still have never seen that either.
It is so good. It's under 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
And it starts with a man wandering in the desert, Harry Dean Stanton, who's been missing for 4 years.
Ooh.
And he makes his way back. He has a son his brother's been watching him, and he's trying to find his wife because he doesn't know where his wife is. And it's shot in LA and Texas.
Oh.
But it's so good. It's just it's great. It's such a good movie. I highly recommend it.
Okay, I'll put that on the list. And any books?
We're on this. I read this book called Yellowface by R.F. Kuang.
How is it?
It's so good. It's a woman who, well, I don't want to give away too much of it. It's about the publishing industry.
Interesting.
About a woman who wrote a book that she may not have written herself. And it's about like impersonating people.
Ooh.
And it's very fast paced, kind of like a thriller. Like I read it in like 2 days.
Oh, wow. Oh, I like that.
Good. It's very good.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for this episode of Bimbo News. Thank you for joining our Patreon. If you're interested in true crime, supernatural, or occult episodes, we be bringing those a few a month to the Patreon with producer Maria. Anyways, I am Ellie, super genius Siegel.
I am Melissa, IQ 159 Stetton.
And that's all, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Bimbo News. Bimbo News. Bimbo News. Bimbo News. All the news you can handle. Bimbo News. So tune in to this channel. Bimbo News. Everything you want to know about recent news and TV shows. Bimbo News.